ahead and get the mic and the sound turned on because we are going to be starting here shortly. Just give me one moment. All right, everybody, welcome to the stream. We're going to get started here shortly. Give me just one more second. Make a quick setting change here, and then we're going to be good to go, y'all. Got a couple of interesting topics to talk about. All right, so now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope everybody's morning is going well. The first official Click That Stream, man. First one. This is alpha test, I guess you could say, number 0.2. I did do a private one a couple of days ago, so I guess this is test number 0.2. Sorry about the text that's on the screen. Like I said, this is still very early stages. So if all goes well, maybe this will pick up a little bit of traction, a little bit of motion, and we'll keep it going. So first thing I want to know is how is everybody's morning going? How are y'all doing this morning? Are y'all tuning in from work? You at home? You getting some cooking and some cleaning done? What's your morning going like right now? We have a couple of topics we're going to touch on today. One of them being this supposed 20,000 new HIV cases in Atlanta. That one right there is going to be interesting. So if you haven't heard about that, make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about that. We're going to touch on it, and we're going to talk about the official stats and things like that, the official reports that have been released by the CDC. We're going to get into that. And I'm super interested to hear y'all guys' takes and opinions on that as well. And then also, we have the unaliving of Mr. Kevin Watson. We're going to be getting to that as well. I got some very interesting details and some facts that I'm going to bring up and show you guys. I think I've watched other people that have covered this story, and I think there's a lot of details that they have been missing out on when they talk about that story. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the gritty details about the whole Kevin Watson situation as well. Acquired Taste. Hey, thank you for being here this morning. I'm doing all right. Little shaky. First live stream, so as I get more into it, we'll probably get a little bit better at it. Mic is a little low. Thank you. Thank you. Good to know. Let's go ahead. Let's get that volume turned up for you. Let's see. All right. Let's get that brought up for you here. Let's try this. I'm going to switch the actual mics there. I think I actually had the wrong one turned on. So how about that? Is that better? Too loud, not loud enough? How is that sounding for you? All right, so while I wait for Miss Acquired Taste to go ahead and respond to me, let me know how the mic is sounding. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one of the first bits of information that I found here on the screen, so we can go ahead and get ready to get started into that. Give me a minute. Had it brought up, lost it. Let me get it back. Ah, there it goes. Got it. All right, perfect. So make my screen a bit smaller here. There we go. All right. So excuse my X feed. So if you haven't heard about the story of Kevin Watson, I have the news report right here for you. So it's actually a pretty sad case. It's a pretty tragic story. All right, we go a little bit more then. Let's go. All right, how about that? Let's see. Let's keep it going. Advanced properties. We're going to turn it up some more then. All the way up. All right, let's take this to about let's go 15. All right, that should help out. I'm gonna try to enunciate a little better too there for you, so y'all can hear me a little bit better. All right, so welcome back. First of all, thank you everybody for being here with me today, this morning. Thank you to every single one of my subscribers as well. I appreciate every single one of y'all so much. That truly comes from the bottom of my heart. And we're doing the best we can over here to bring you factual stories, right? And actual information. I see a lot of people, you know, they do reactions to videos and things like that, but you know, it's just simple, a quick reaction, and they don't actually go into too many details. So I like to try my best to go into the details, and that does, you know, it requires me to take a little bit more time to actually get the videos out to you guys. But I will try to stay on top of the latest news as much as possible. I have a whole lot of information all coming in at once, and it seems like, you know, ever since Trump has gotten into office, I don't know if this is some kind of conspiracy or something like that that they're throwing out at the man, but it just seems like there's just report after report after report after report. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just don't remember this much information all coming out, or just this many things happening all at once during Biden and his administration's time. Maybe I just wasn't in tune with the news as much, but it just seems like it wasn't this many different reports all coming out like back to back to back to back to back. I mean, there seems to be like 5 to 10 different things happening in a day. And like I said, I try to do my best to bring up the facts about a case. Sometimes if I can't, you know, bring up too much information, then usually I just kind of stay away from that topic altogether, because there'll just be so many different layers to uncover. But now here with Kevin Watson, let me make a little bit of a correction here on my screen so I can make sure I'm keeping up with you guys in the chat too. So now here with Kevin Watson, if you haven't heard about the story, I guess he's like a businessman, entrepreneur out of Chicago, Illinois. You know, yeah, I know. Whoa, get your guard up ready as soon as you hear Chicago, right? Chirac. But I guess he was like an event promoter, club promoter. He did those type of things and events, and he was also very outspoken on his live stream. He had quite the following. He had a lot of friends, family, and things like that that loved him and cared about him. I'm not gonna play too many of his live streams here in the chat. Is just or here in the live, because it's just a lot of vulgar language, and you know, I don't want to bring all that much attention to my channel. So what I will do though is I'll go ahead and go over the news report and how ABC News reported on the situation. I hope you guys are going to be able to hear it. You should be, I believe. So without further ado, let's just go ahead. Let's jump into the ABC News report and see what ABC News had to say about it.
Already been viewed nearly 2 million times on Facebook as he was killed in the middle of his Facebook Live. In that video, you can see him getting out of his car before hearing a single gunshot fired, happening mere blocks away from this police station here in South Austin.
Get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up?
Kevin Watson's final moments captured on Facebook Live as gunfire rang out in this parking lot Wednesday evening on Madison near LeClaire Avenue in Chicago's South Austin neighborhood.
He was choking for breath. He was trying to struggle to breathe.
All of it unfolding right after Watson left his cousin's job at this nearby liquor store to begin his Facebook Live in his car.
I wouldn't let him walk out the store. He's a good man to this community. No matter what he done, he helped people, you know? He helped me get this job in there.
Close friends turned heartbroken witnesses say as Watson was walking to his car.
He was talking to a guy, and he was going to his car, and then the guy followed behind him. So when the guy followed behind him, pulled a gun on him. So he was trying to blast with the gun, and the gun went off.
Police say the 40-year-old was shot in his chest.
I rubbed his palm, and I squeezed his hand. He wouldn't squeeze back.
Relatives tell us he leaves behind a 6-year-old son and say Watson was killed just weeks shy of his own birthday.
We're going to have to figure out how to move on and be strong day to day and help each other get past this, because this didn't just hurt one person, this hurt a lot of us.
Police haven't given a motive behind the shooting. So far, no one has been arrested.
So you see how ABC is reporting on it and talking about it. Now, from what I was able to find, that's pretty much the truth, right? They actually did a pretty good job on reporting on that case this year. I really don't turn to ABC or like the mainstream news too often because I don't know, I don't like that. So I went ahead and I did my own research on the whole entire situation because there was a lot of people that saying that this was over a chain. But then I also ended up finding other pieces of information where some people were claiming that this was a setup, right? Because what they don't show there is a little while after you hear the gunshot go off, you see this guy appear into the car. Now the guy takes the phone because he sees the phone is recorded and he grabs it like that and then he flips it down. So a lot of people were speculating like, well, what was that for? Why did he do that? He was rummaging through the car. You hear him say something like, well, I need to get into this. I need to get to his car keys because if I don't, the car will lock. And one of the things that's kind of odd about that is like, is that your main concern? Your main concern is whether or not the doors are going to lock to the car. Sounds a little odd to me, right? He even says that, yo, this guy's my cousin. I'm his blood relative. This is my cousin. Okay, so if your cousin has just been shot, you've seen the whole thing happen right in front of you, basically, and your main concern is to make sure his car door doesn't lock. So there was a lot of speculation that was going on that this was a setup. Now, throughout all my research, my evidence, my searching and looking, I could not really find any claim that this was a setup. I couldn't find any proof or evidence to that. One thing I was able to find is, and this is not to discredit Mr. Kevin Watson in any way, shape, or form, all right? That's not what this is about. I'm just simply presenting the facts, and you guys can come up with your own assessment, all right? So if we go ahead and we take a look here, you can see Mr. Kevin Watson did have quite the extensive arrest history. All right. Now, most of these charges do seem to be minor offenses, right? Soliciting an unlawful business. Like I said, he is a promoter and things like that, but it might be related to some kind of gambling, because I do see some gambling charges on his criminal history here. Unlawful contact with a street gang. I don't really even know what that really honestly means, right? I don't know if that means he was affiliated with the street gang. Was he just there hanging out with the guys at the time? I don't really know. Taking a deep dive into like his Facebook pages and all of his other social media accounts and stuff like that, I found no evidence or no proof that he was affiliated with any kind of gang at all whatsoever. I never saw anything about him promoting any gang or any violence or anything like that. I never seen him or heard him promote anything negative in any way. Cannabis charge, obstruction of traffic by a non-motorist, trespass to land, another marijuana charge, driving on suspended license, and then once again you get hit with the soliciting unlawful business. The only thing I'm really thinking that means, and y'all can let me know if I'm wrong about this, but the only thing I'm taking out of that is that maybe he was promoting a business that he didn't have a license for, right? Or is it that it's unlawful in a way that this is some kind of illegal business, right? Something that he couldn't get a license for because it's just strictly an illegal business. I'm not 100% sure on that. Even if we click on the details, it doesn't go into too many details about it. Now, his arrest record is starting it way back to about 2014. It's pretty much the same kind of charges. He got a little criminal damage, under $300 here in 2018. He had a warrant. And then right here is the most serious case that I could actually find on him, right? Was a domestic battery, physical contact. But now, we all kind of know how these domestic battery cases can work. There can be quite the gray area, right, when it comes to these domestic battery cases. This could be simply, you know, he was threatening his partner or his girlfriend. It could have been that he put his hands on her. Yes, definitely could have been. This also could have been maybe he grabbed her, maybe he pushed her, something like that. It could have been something minor. And then who knows, maybe he never touched her at all. Maybe this could have been a false accusation kind of situation. I don't know. I'm not here to make that kind of judgment. I wasn't in the courtroom that day, nor was I a witness. So I will leave that one up to you guys. And then you get gambling, play a game of chance. I'm not sure what that one is. Y'all have to let me know on that one too. Possession, and then he got a domestic battery here with bodily harm. So now with the bodily harm charge, we all know that means that there was some kind of evidence found that he actually did leave marks or bruises or something like that on the other person. So once again, I don't know. I'm not here to condemn the man. I'm just presenting the facts so everybody out there can make their own judgments and their own or formulate their own opinions. Now, continuing on about it, I did see that he did actually do good in the community. He was known for helping people pay bills, finding people some jobs, finding people work. He did also employ other people too, right? So with his club promotion and things like that, he also taught other people how to do the club promotion along with him, and he also brought them along and added them to like his club promotion team, I guess you could say. And this is kind of where the whole speculation now starts to come from, is because now people are speculating, well, this could have been a jealousy thing, right? Maybe one of his people that he was trying to help out got jealous that he was the head of the company, the head of the business. He was getting the most money out of all of it. So therefore, they now tried to set him up, take him out. You know, we get rid of him. We're the ones in charge now. I don't know. This is turning into like the deeper I researched into this situation, the more it started turning into almost like a Power. I don't know if you guys watched Power by 50 Cent with Ghost and Tommy. Started looking almost like a Power type of situation, right? Like maybe he had a whole lot of enemies, a whole lot of haters that wanted a little piece of what he had. Maybe it was just actually about his chain. I don't know. Now, I did find a couple of interviews from his brother. His brother is claiming that he is the one that created the chain, that designed the chain, that made the chain. he is saying that he put a tracking device in the chain. He is also claiming that he went down to the Chicago Police Department and told the Chicago Police Department, hey, I need you guys to do something about this. I'm giving you guys 24 hours to do something about it. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and see if I can bring up his brother here for you guys. Give me a second. Looks like I may have it right here. All right.
Y'all took away my little brother for nothing.
Yeah, this looks like it right here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to let that play so you guys can hear it for yourselves.
Y'all took away my little brother for nothing. The chain has a tracker in it. It's got a tracker in it. I'm the motherfucker who made the chain. That nigga done survived 5 shootings up there. 5. Then he downed me from 1 motherfucking shot.
Now listen, Kevin Watson's brother just went live again, and the things he said have made everybody rethink what really happened. You're about to hear it straight from him.
What I want people to understand is I've been preaching for years. I've been preaching for years to bro to not trust no motherfucker. The bro had a big heart. He had a big heart. He kept trusting niggas, helping niggas, looking out for niggas. And now he gone.
If this was really about...
Hey, shout out to the crime network here, the person who made this video, but it's just funny to me that you put the bleep sound, but you actually don't bleep out the word, right? So it's just like you're just putting a sound effect over the word. It's mind-blowing. I mean, I would have appreciated a little bit more too if you actually could have muted the actual word too. That would have made it so much better for me, but you know, hey, nevertheless, let's get back to the video.
Robbery. If someone really wanted the chain, they would have either taken it and gotten caught instantly, or they wouldn't have bothered in the first place. So the people who ended Kevin's life didn't even succeed in taking what they supposedly came for? This wasn't about no chain. This was about something much deeper, and his brother knows exactly what that was. According to his brother, Kevin's biggest weakness was also his biggest strength: his heart. He was the type of man who would help you out, look after you, even when others warned him to be careful. His family says they could see the jealousy, they could see the fake smiles, but Kevin kept his circle open. And that's what made him vulnerable.
All right, so you seen that, you heard that for yourself. And from what I can tell, or from what I was able to dig up, that channel right there is about 100% true, right? They didn't succeed in taking the chain, and his brother, from his brother's live stream, his brother was saying the same thing to him, like, hey, I need you to stop, you know, being around so many of these people. Stop letting so many of these people know all of your information and keeping these people so close around you. Unfortunately, you know, this is just another sad case of something that we see time and time again, especially right here in our community, the black community. We see these kind of things, these kind of trends, I guess you can call them, all the time within the black community. And it's unfortunate to say, but so many people in the black community wonder why other black people, they get a little bit of money and they distance themselves as far as they possibly can. Not just from the hood, but from hood mentality type of people too as well. People that still think that way. It's a sad truth, but it's simply because y'all, a lot of these people just have negative energy, and they have a very negative way of looking at things. I mean, we can see multiple black businesses that have been robbed, looted, or destroyed, either by jealousy or just simply by envy or just simply by that black hood mentality. And unfortunately, it's just no nicer way to put it. To find true loyalty within the black community, man, is kind of rare, right? A lot of these people are expecting something for nothing. And maybe we can blame other factors, right? We can go back into history and whatever else and try to bring all this other stuff into it on why they expect a handout without having to do very little. But there's it's like a double-edged sword when you go back to your neighborhood or your low income base or your hood or whatever else, and you try to go and give back to your community. One of the main problems, in my opinion, is that a lot of these people they look at it as you never do enough. No matter what it is you do, you're just never actually really doing enough. They always want more and more, and they expect more and more. And then a lot of the times, you shouldn't even you shouldn't allow these people to even know what it is that you have. Because now you're exposing yourself to who knows what kind of criminality. And 80% of the time, if I was to go ahead and bring up the crime statistics right now on black crime, 80% of the time, if a black life is lost to another black person. I mean, you just can't make this up. No matter what neighborhood you go to, what city it is that you go to, 90% of the time is black on black crime. And I've seen so many different people that speak out about this issue, and I don't even want to be the guy to sit up here and try to beat a dead horse, but I think we all know it's very true. When the Bloods and the Crips kill each other, there's crickets, there's silence. Nobody's marching, nobody's protesting, nobody's speaking out, nobody's making posts, nobody's doing nothing. But if a black person is killed by a white guy, police officer or something like that, now here comes Reverend Al Sharpton, now here comes the NAACP, now here comes all these different organizations that want to try to act like they care so much. And that's one of the main reasons why I really wasn't even going to touch on this story, is just simply because it's just something that happens time and time again. I mean, this isn't anything new. This is something that's now been going on for decades. And anybody that tries to speak on the problem, they say that we are the problem just because we're trying to speak on it, just because we're trying to touch on it. I don't understand that logic. I don't understand that way of thinking. So unfortunately, this guy here, he lost his life over it.
Yes. Kevin Watson.
And this is right here is one of the main reasons why people don't want to stay in those neighborhoods, especially when they start getting a little money. A lot of the times we look up to these so-called celebrities, right? And let's keep in mind here that the community, the people out there that's watching this video right here, right now, if it wasn't for y'all, these celebrities wouldn't even be celebrities. They only celebrities because they get views. Who's the viewer? Who's the consumer? You are. So you are the most important part to a celebrity. Celebrity ain't nothing but a regular person if they don't have no following. And a lot of the times we boost these guys up when we buy their music, we support their brands, we brag about them, we share whatever it is that they're putting out there and they're promoting. And what is it that they do for the community? What is it that they do for the people that's following them, sharing them and boosting them up and keeping them up to these high standards? What is it that they're actually doing for any of these people? But yet the ones that do actually give back, once again, it's nothing. And I'm not speaking to y'all that's here right now because we like-minded people. I'm pretty sure. I know y'all do. I know y'all have already liked this video, shared it, and told everybody about it. Thank you. But seriously, we boost up the Cardi B's, the Sexy Reds, the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and the I don't know, man. I'm so far disconnected from this stuff now. I can't I can't even name them anymore. But you know, we idolize all these people and all these figures, and what do they provide for us, for our culture, for our community, for our people? I don't know. Anyway, I'm done talking about this subject, man. You know, rest in peace to Mr. Kevin Watson. All prayers and my heart goes out to the family, the surviving family. I do know that he did have a son, I believe. I don't know if he had more kids than that, but I do think or believe that he had a son. So, you know, my heart goes out to the surviving families, you know. And I really do hope, you know, his brother is able to find a way to heal, because I know right now he's very hurt. He said a few things out on live stream that I hope he doesn't actually mean, or that he doesn't actually stick to, right? So shout out to the Kevin Watson family, and yeah, my hearts and prayers go out to you guys. Now the next thing I want to go ahead and touch on here really quick is misinformation, right? And I don't just mean misinformation, I just mean straight up and down misinformation, all right? So I'm not going to go ahead and talk, I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to what this woman here said, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about it.
In the last 8 months, Atlanta alone, have reported 20,000 HIV cases. I don't know how many times I can say this, but I'm going to say it every day if I have to. You need to keep your legs closed. I don't know what the hell is going on, but sex is not one of them things that you need to be doing. It's not worth dying for. And I don't care how good the medication is now. I don't care that it is now not a automatic death sentence like that as it used to be. I don't care. Keep your legs closed. 20,000 cases in the last 8 months in Atlanta. Is it worth? I wish I would even go visit down there. It is not going to happen. And unfortunately, I know some people that have contracted it. To be truthfully honest with you, all of them happen to be men. It's not worth your life. Protect yourself. Leave it alone. Go get tested together. Know your status.
All right. Now, I will say there is one big point that she made that I do completely agree with her on. I have no desire to go visit Atlanta, Georgia. No, none, zero. There's a bunch of cities that's on that list that I have no desire to go visit at all whatsoever. Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, Oakland. There's a few more down in there. I just can't name them right now, but there's quite a few cities I have no desire at all to go see or visit. And the next topic I want to go ahead and talk about is she is right. I will say I do agree with her on that. I don't know if it's necessarily more sex education that's needed. I do kind of believe that sex education kind of contributed to the problem that we are currently seeing right now. And there's a number of different reasons to why I believe that. Maybe we could touch on that in a little bit, but I don't think education on this topic is necessarily the issue. I think the issue is the over glorification or the over gratification of having as many bodies as possible. The whole body positivity movement, no shaming women for how many guys they have slept with, or whatever else. I think that right there is a huge problem, and it is spreading like wildfire. Girls think it's just okay to go ahead and be as promiscuous as they want to be. Nobody believes in saving themselves for that right person or for marriage anymore. True Christian and American values are becoming increasingly rare. And unfortunately, I think that's sad to see. Because once we lose all of our American values, can we even still consider ourselves American? I mean, what is a country without their culture and their values? It's just a big piece of land, and right, with a bunch of different people in it. I mean, that's one thing that supposedly, or at least it used to be, that was the thing that made America America. Is that we had values and beliefs and traditions. But it seems like a lot of those are just getting tossed aside. And this right here is such a huge problem to our young ladies. And they don't understand that they're the biggest losers in this situation. Yeah, the man is too, and I get it, but there's a big double standard when it comes to that. And I mean, I guess that's just kind of like the law of nature, right? It's just going to be like that. Just got to kind of accept that as a part of reality. There is a double standard, but to our women, unfortunately, you know, with this whole body positivity thing, or, you know, accept me and every single body that I have under my belt, it's not good for y'all in no way, shape, or form. And I don't even understand how it makes you guys feel good about that. I don't understand the self-esteem boost that you get, or the gratification that you get from you got this many guys. I don't understand it. But I went ahead and, once again, you know, I tried my best to do my research and bring up as many facts as I possibly can. So here we have from the actual CDC and World Population Overview websites about the current, well, not really current, because the 2025 results have not been released yet. So where this young lady got her research from, I have no clue. I did as much digging and searching and looking as I possibly could do, and I couldn't find any supporting evidence to support her claim here. So let me make myself kind of small. And as we can see here, what we got is the HIV diagnosis per 100,000. So I went ahead and I found Georgia, and I crunched the numbers for Georgia. All right. So from 2024, it was about 1,600 people. Now, currently, from what I could see on all of the CDC websites and every other website I went to, they say as of right now, Georgia's HIV is actually on a slow decline. Now, it's not much. All right, I think it was probably less than 1%, but either way, it was on a decline. So even if it does pick back up, if anything, it should just be on par with last year's. So with last year's being at 14.4, that equals to about 1,600 people. I found that the population of all of Georgia is like 11.1 million, somewhere in there. So this woman, she didn't even speak about all of Georgia, if I'm correct. She said specifically Atlanta. So to say that there's 20,000 new STD cases in simply just Atlanta alone. Well, she didn't even say STD. She specifically said HIV. In just Atlanta alone, I mean, if we look at these numbers here, I don't know what that would put them on par to be greater than any kind of countries, the whole entire country's STD rate, which would be mind-blowing. And Granted, now this diagnosis here is for the whole year, okay, the whole year of 2024. She's saying that Atlanta picked up 20,000 cases in just 8 months. So if we go by that kind of math there, that's like what? It's almost 3,000 cases a month. So what would that be then? So that means by the end of the year, Atlanta should be almost up to 40,000 cases of HIV, somewhere around there. I mean, goodness. So my synopsis on that is that I think that was heavily over exaggerated on the young lady's part. Maybe she's over exaggerating a bit, just to bring awareness. Maybe she's over exaggerating for a good cause. So I don't necessarily blame her for that. You're just trying to bring awareness to that. She's clickbaiting here a little bit, but her main argument is true. Her main argument is true. People do need to be more selective about who their partners are. Stop just giving your body away all crazily and all willy-nilly. Be selective. Actually, just be celibate. Be celibate. Just stop it. Have some self-control. As simple as that. And I think that this is what 90% of people need to be teaching their kids. 100% of people need to be teaching their kids this. Self-control. That's it. Self-control in every way, shape, or form. Self-control on how you eat. Self-control on the content you consume or how much content you're consuming. Self-control on your internet time. Self-control on your partners and sexualities or whatever else. Just all around self-control. So before I end the stream, I'll go ahead and I guess I'll end it with this. Everything is supposed to be done in moderation. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Whether, you're drinking, you want to have a little sip of wine or something here and there, fine, shouldn't hurt anything. But it has to be done in moderation and it has to be managed properly, and you need to practice self-control. Same with everything else. When it comes to sexual partners, self-control, moderation. When it comes to relaxing, right? You want to take a day off. You want to relax. Self-control, moderation. Don't relax too much. Don't eat too much. Don't drink too much. Don't sleep too much. Don't play the game too much. Don't be on the internet too much. Everything needs to be done in moderation, and everybody needs to practice self-control. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick live stream on these two topics. Just simply because they were a little bit too much for me to try to go ahead and get videos out about them in time. Once again, to the lady that was speaking on the HIV cases, if you guys are able to find any kind of information about that I'm missing out on, maybe there's something that I just don't know about, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section about the Kevin Watson case. Once again, something that I may have missed out on. Please educate us, because that's what we do here. We want the facts and we want the truth. All right. So, as always, I thank you guys so much for being here with me. Shout out to the real ones that stuck around to the end, and to every single one of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We got some plans for the channel. I got some ideas brewing. I got some things in the works. Trying to make some contacts and some backdoor deals here. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Turn on the notification bell, because the live stream I'm trying to fit this into the current format and the current layout, right? So right now we don't have a set day or a set time for the live streams. These are still going to be kind of spur of the moment-ish. So make sure you have your notification bells turned on so you never miss out on that. I understand everybody works, so I'm going to try to figure it around, a schedule that'll work best for the majority of you guys out there. I do got some more videos on the way, of course, thanks to you guys and your support. Always, you can DM me on X at ClickThatReacts. You can also email me on gmail.com at ClickThatReacts. Anything that you just want to bring my attention to, you want to hear my opinion about, you want me to make a video about, just email it to me or DM it to me on X. And as always, I appreciate every single one of y'all for being here with me today. I am Click That Reacts, and I'll see y'all in the next one.